live.
Sjáum við leikir það sem...
Sjá, ég er nokkar að deila það saman.
Seconds of combo. Missar þú lífum.
Og ég kasta.
Nei, það fór ekki að kasta.
Hvað heitir það? Þetta næstíðin eins og bara eiginlega fá, byrja næstíðin að taka huglutum frá 501 í 9 og fá sér bara í gangi. Það er rosalega. Ég hef aldrei séð það eitt af þessu fyrir sko.
Póstaði þú? Ég hef ekki að setja þér á hérna.
Já, sérstu þér á. Dennis.
Já, Dennis og hún voru póstaði það ég.
Það er hérna lýsandamægin, ég skal lýsa sér. Sorry, has background in Robin has background in jiu-jitsu. He's a ninja dog, Já, þú fórst að kasta hérna við. Nei, fórst þú Júti? Það kipti þess að kalla. Já, það verður fyrir mætinu, það verður fyrir sessun svona hans.
Hvað heiti þarna á föstudaginn? Þetta heiti hvað?
Heiti 1 og 2. Heiti 3 lögstofið. Þá bara þetta fails. Fails. Heads. Byrjum á lögðarsöndag. Ég týðir ekki byrjum.
PT er byrjum, ET er byrjum.
1 Ólafs, 1 Ólafur, ET er júrbendur. Það byrjar best af 5. Sigurverðar kemst inn á 1 af þessu. Beint á svið. Prótúrin, það eru mótsamsamlega stygg. Það var heitastigi í morgin sem að veita 5 östu og keppst þetta á einu af 3 stærstu 41 og hinir fyrir á fritt í Guðskóla og þar eru peningum 30.
Ég taka þátt að það er mótur á lögðarsöndag.
Já, það er já.
Ég er það fyrir.
Kekka á því 50 öðrum fyrir það.
Ég er bara að leik.
Já.
Svo það er að vera að spila
60.
Fyrir sunnudag. Koma á sunnudag. Það er alltaf að hafa fleiri.
Já. 45.
Í hvaða móti tekur þú það?
Ég tek á 45. Dómar frá lögðan og sundag. Ég bara næg ekki taka þátt á föstudaginn. 66. Og
Ég er að finna á sunnudag. Ég veistu þá.
24.
Svo er ég að finna.
30. 140. 30. 42. 42. 99. 45. 41.
Nästa monta lika.
Jaha, nej, men...
Ja, det är det som monta.
Att ha fri kista monta.
Ja.
88. 53. 'Game shot.
Haluaisin todeta.
55. 41. 55.
Ma vielä tuo
46. $95. 43. 66. 121. 80. 70. 38. 38. 28. 57. 87. 'Game shot. 58. 22. 30. 40. 97. 41. 82. 27. 26. 140. 26. 45. 96. 80. 54. 58. 24. 60. Game show. 121. 55. 45. 41. 81. 66. 60. 58. 98. 32. 35. 54. 11. 45. 122. 8. 30. game show. 85. $123. 41. 40. 43. 100. 60. 81. 60. 60. Game shot and the match. Fyndi og Siggi. Næsti leikur. Koitos, então primeiro. Keirum þetta í gang saman.
Spila það strákar.
A coin toss, head stage.
Og hvað kom með?
Coin,
Heads.
heads. Tails, Siggi byrjar bara.
Þið er að snúa fyrir Sigga.
Siggi rústar þessu. Það er skott að standa sér fyrir mér.
Skrítið að taka hérna hægri pöl.
Þú varst að byrja þér. Ég hugsaði bara, þú byrjar að mér.
Siggi út að búla.
Ef þetta ekki tóna 80 þá vil ég heyra alveg.
Siggi út að búla. Rauður.
Svona kalli.
Það er akkvæmst það sem ég var að tala.
Siggi byrjar.
Kom ég sem þessu. Doppelinn.
Alltaf þeir eru búin að leika í næsta ásveits myndinni.
Það er ekki kjörn.
Stjörnur er svo sent að það fyrir í kípa. Ég er 84 kípa. 84 kípa þar.
Kelly, ég var mættur, þú voru rannsóknum margir. Hvað var þið mættur? Hvort var mættur?
Það er ekki 2 cm milli ykkur tíma. Annars var 7. Það er að mæla með þessi. Dreifið niður. Já. Er þetta standa byggt? Ég ætla að mæla með þessi. Þannig við erum þetta. Er þetta þá mælt þegar við mælta?
Vini.
Matti, hvað er
Hvað segir? Rögglaðast aðeins.
Já, Undo.
Það með Undo hérna. Here we go.
Og svo spyrir hann í hvað mörgum bílum? 3 leik. 1, 2, 3.
Got it.
Ég er að mæla halva helgafár.
Hvor eins og
Þú og Lindur fara á. Þú og Lindur?
60.
Takk fyrir spilin.
Hvað, save chases? Já, save. Save match?
Save match, já.
New match?
Þegar þú að segja, já. Þú vist það á? Það er ekki að vísa til því í tapa í beinni útsendingu. Ég var skráður að afkvæða þannig tölíka.
Það var það, já. Ég kann ekki gera þetta.
Geta að spila fyrst live?
Ég bara var.
Var hann eftir? Geta að spila fyrst live? Var hann ekki að spila öðru að hópa bruttilum? Við erum það einhverjum útíkum. Það er brutta einhverjum hér. Það er spáðið það líkjum að veka slá. Siggi, þú er að skjóða. Siggi, það er ok, við náttúrulega drukkið þér. What's wrong with Siggi? Is she retarded? Oh yeah? Some practicing quite well. Just do it on the knee. Yeah. Lesa fjórðaskipti á ensku.
Það gaf 6 bílur og bílur svo.
Þetta skrifa.
Ekki að finna út hvernig að byrja
Ég var gert það, en ég var hitt upp í næsta leik.
Heads eða tails? Með heads.
Með head.
Head.
Byrja þú.
Það eru 6 bílur og svo flósi.
Ekki dörr, nei, búlið fyrst.
Já,
Það byrja að búlið.
já. Vítor. Vítor.
Come on.
Game on. saman tíma í því, þá kannski mútið með hálfmóti. Þeir eru svona tímum hálfmóti, hekka.
28.
Við byrjuðum að vara á geim saman. Vantar ekki geim með háskóla. Það er út. Það er mikið.
85.
Við vorum bara stengt að spila.
Forty. $55. $95. $125. Randy. $87. Game shot. $28. $42. $60. $60. $100. $85. $85. $60. $45. $30. $121. $26. $48. $46.
62. Eight. 93. Game shot. Five. 60. 28. 59. 85. 30. 53. 28. 121. 55. 57. 70. 52. 38. game shot. Eighty-three. Ninety-five.
1
11.
Ég ekki búinn að sjá hvort þetta Jón Frost. Búinn að finna nokkuð á það? Vel í úti.
36.
Allt í góður hérna. Ekki holdt að byrja það. Það ekki gott. Þú byrja illa á vaks ásvöld.
28. Nine. Sixty. 100. 41. 140. 79.
95.
95, that's right.
That's what I wanted to say.
60. 53. 'Jameson. Thank you for watching.
Stóðst þið vel, Siggi? Já, mátti nú bjóða. Mátti nú bjóða.
Sala, more comments than that.
What's the deal with this mustache? Why don't you grow some hair?
Robbie.
Ég var þegar sögur að þig, þetta er fljótu steini. Það var átvæmst að heiti. Það var bara eftir jól, sko. Ég er að labba inn í skilur borð, kemur kallinn, 60 ára þegar ég spila áttast er heitt. Ég horfði frá hann á vindu sko sem verður oft á eigin. Það borði svo frísva. Það er bara einn áfram samist að heitt.
Hello.
Let me share the screen.
No, I can't. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
I can hear myself.
Yeah, I'll turn off the speakers now.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think you could hear my previous monologue there. Which wasn't the intention. Ho hum! Apologies for that. My name is Robbie Dove. It's my pleasure to be bringing live darts from Iceland. Number 4. Icelandic Pro Tour. It was Fredrik beating Rudolf 4-3 in a thrilling final. Ali won weeks 2 and 3, and Vitor won first week. Matti, who is the gentleman going now, well, he was runner-up in week 1 and week 3. He is ace 81. Thank you very much for joining us today. Whether you are missing the PDC's Grand Prix in Dublin, always chip back some of the time. It's what I'll be doing. A very exciting game coming up. Kali, Ales. But half of against Matti. Not Rob. That should be a bit of a cracker. Well, we've seen Olafur Sigurjónsson beating Jakob Oktosson. We have seen Helgi. His name is Carl Jonsson, but I call him Helgi because that's his middle name, and I love his middle name. Helgi Jonsson. He beat Vitor. Vitor had a slightly higher average, but couldn't cross the finishing line. Losing out 3-1. That was the last game we had. And Fredrik Jakobsen, who was the winner last week, he'll be confident. His confidence. He is playing Sigurður Jonsson. Sorry, he played Sigurður Jonsson and won 3-0. That was Fredrik beat Sigurður. Pulling up here in Reykjavik, and we will be off. If Ali bullseye all the out of Matti, who's going to be starting, is 501. Best of 5, just first of 3. Game on. Well, I'm looking forward to this one. I've come home at the right time, and already we are with the treble 20s. Already we're off the treble 20s. 108. Well, you couldn't have put on a much better way to start than 3 in the red lipstick. Nice from Matti.
85.
Tally just about finds one of his own. Well, soon didn't hit a treble 20. Saw him shake his head. Excuse me, you saw him shake his head, almost as if did the 9. Did he? Did he want the 9? Of course he did.
60.
Since his 1080, he hasn't been able to find a treble. Halley having hit 1-2 now. Might follow on the third.
100.
He hasn't, but a steady ton would be welcomed at this stage of the leg.
$59.
Well, Halley could be first to a finish here. He probably will be if he stays straight.
140.
He's not only just stayed straight, he's actually pinned 2 trebles in there. So despite Matty's wonderful start of a ton 80 and him throwing first, it will be Halley throwing for the leg first.
45.
Halley wasn't here last week. He was in Budapest for the Europe Cup. Well, we're checking out now.
42.
It is Vitor, I believe, who's doing the calling for this game, who's got beat in the last round. 107 is doable. Treble 19 would have left the bullseye. So Halley will be back for 74. He should get a dart for the leg here. Well, he's going to get 2 darts for the leg. And he only needs a round of applause in Reykjavik. Halley takes the early break. 80 average. Solid stuff from both players here. Matty seems to have petered down a bit, and
100.
Halley started off medium pace and has sprinted to the finish. Good treble. Oh, the rough treble with that second dart. Off-thrown darts from Matty. Nasty darts there.
60.
And there were nice groups as well from Halley. Not much in this leg. And the treble has been found by Matty. Gives him brief advantage. And I say what Halley is capable of. Starting prowess. He can hit the treble at any time.
42.
Was a slip. Single 2 there. Means that Matty could do some punishments, even if it is just one big treble.
59.
And he would like a little more there, but it's not terrible. He didn't hit a small number, so his leg very much in the balance. But
100.
But he was going to hit another one there. For that second dart looks rather inviting. But I think Halley will be happy with that. As we assume he will be first to the finish.
100.
Well, he's not. He's not first to finish. Lovely last start there from Matty. Leaves him on the snooker shot. Not an easy task, but Halley's going to leave something relatively useful. Even with that single one. Treble, he can indeed. 120 scored. I think Matty has to take this because he calls Halley on his last checkout. Will not be checking out.
45.
Be leaving it that easily. The 102 is all right, but no 78, which is what I've done. 20. Oh, he's gone tops. Leaves him with double
58.
the wire. That was on the wire. Couldn't have been much closer. 102. This 82 left. Bullseye or treble 4. I do like 14s here. I think that was the right decision. Treble 14 bigger than the bullseye. You'd go bullseye if you had 82 with 3 darts. 82 darts. I fancy the treble 14. Unless you're feeling lucky. Double 10. Takes 2 darts because it's the last darts. The last throw. Right. Epicenter of the double 10 bed. And Halley is nearly home.
100.
Not giving up. It's a nice ton.
91.
But Halley saying anything you can do, I can do similarly well.
100.
Back-to-back ton for the Eagle. But Halley's in again. Halley's in again.
140.
Third dart may have been in, but he won't be disappointed with ton 40 at this stage of the game, especially with Matty hitting back-to-back tons. Well, he really would have won a third. He probably needed a third.
43.
But 43. Well, I think the dream scenario here would be to Halley to hit a ton here and then check out the big shots. Won't be doing that now.
40.
But he will do the finish. Well, I'm sure he will finish, just not with those 3 darts. So if Matty can hit a ton, stay straight. And all he needs to do is stay straight.
100.
It's done now. That first dart was nicely thrown. It would have been easy to overcompensate, undercompensate, and go swift off to the left or the right. So drift off, should I say. So done well there to leave himself a ton and a finish. Can Halley leave himself anything?
39.
He won't be checking out 158. Oh, but he'll leave it useful. In treble 20 and treble 19, after 2 and 3.
122.
But he like that. Leaves him with fresh darts, double 18. Halley, not giving up. See here?
85.
That leaves him on an outside chance as well. But Matty, so focus on getting this. Doesn't want to waste all 3 darts. Well, it's going to have to now, but if he hits it, he won't mind.
18.
The 18s to the 9 switch, never easy. Dissatisfaction here, Matty. Could that be his last shots at darts? 86 required, treble 18. Well, he will be
58.
9. I would suggest he'll go straight for it, but splitting is an option if he doesn't like the 9s. Well, maybe he wishes he did split now. He's going to have 1 dart. He's not going to have 1 dart, and that last dart was thrown in anger. He should have had a dart at double. That last dart, considering should have been. Double 16. Double 16.
60.
Well, Matty would drop me on 4 or 18. That's the question. If he hits the 9 now, the answer is him. And he's done it. Throwaway darts weren't such a bad thing. I mean, we never advocate that. However, it worked out for Matty in the end. It was only a hold of throw, but it was a leg on the board, showing Halley that he's not done just yet. That was an unfortunate bounce out for Halley. Clattered in to one of the existing darts. But 80 with 2 darts, not a bad show.
60.
Halley scored, then Matty with 2 darts. Then Matty's 3.
41.
Lovely to Matty. Telling, when are you gonna take up darts full-time career or more time?
60.
It can't be easy. Matty, for those who don't know, is a professional footballer for UMF Grindavik. Talented footballer he is. I believe he plays in the midfield.
60.
So, an accountant or an accounts manager for a power plant in Iceland as well. So his football career is up as he hits another ton. When the football career is up, he'll focus a little more on his darts. Imagine that little more focus
100.
could turn him into a player that is more than just all right. I mean, I'd say he's more than just all right now. He's consistent. He's got a solid throw, got a good character. Doesn't give up, but in my opinion, he's a nice guy. A lot of Icelanders are nice guys. All of the darts players are. In fact, I'm yet to meet an Icelander I don't actually like.
100.
Halley will be down to a finish first, and it is Shanghai, and it is going for the match. Matty needs really 2 of these.
100.
Hits 1, will have a shot if Halley cannot hit treble 20. Single 20. Oh, would you believe it? That treble was so nice.
75.
Was he going high for a marker? Was he going low for blocking it? Or was it just a slip?
88.
He gets 45 because Matty couldn't take the 136. It's a slip as well. He's only going to get one dart here.
21.
But he didn't get one dart at all. That was me being surprised that Ali hits a couple of poor darts. Anyway, double 16 for an unlikely win of the leg. It's now a last leg shootout, expect from both players there, with Matty throwing first. So out of what seemed to be nowhere or very little chances, Matty becomes favourite based on throw alone. That last visit, Hallie won't be impressed with. A very loose start meant that he couldn't get himself a shot at double, but he'll want to put all of that behind him. And he'll want to win 3 out of 5 these Pro Tour events. Unfortunate last start, very perilously close to the treble 17. You've seen him go for the treble 17 before tonight, and he has hit it. So he's good at the cover shooting there.
60.
A come on disapproval of his own darts from Matty. Hallie at any given time can hit big scores.
85.
Suggest 85 in the context of this leg is a big score. But
100.
Matty in the treble 20 again. Hallie needs 1 here, really needs 2. Could have done with all 3.
60.
But we'll have to settle for 0. The leg isn't over. There's not much in it.
100.
But if Hallie does pin a big score, down to a finish first. So it looks like Matty
100.
will be in finishing range first, which is expected generally when you're on pro. You'll want a treble here.
100.
He gets lovely, lovely last dart. He got a treble when he needed it, and he should get a dart at something here.
100.
Does need to hit a treble. Treble 90. 62, so he doesn't hit a treble. It's single 12 for the bullseye, for the match. Well, and the bullseye to knock out the 2-time pro. Well, Matt has made 2 finals, and he'll hope to make it 3. Matty Fredrickson 3, and Wales.
Number 1 loser.
Þetta var rosalega. Nú kom það loksins. Það er það. Þetta er 150. Þetta síðan sem ég var 2 leikki en áður eftir að byrja með þetta öll.
The next matchup is the final quarter. This is according to Dart Connect. Please, 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 tv.dartconnect.com. Type in Live Darts Iceland, click on Live Darts Iceland Pro Tour. You will see the stats, everything you want. And
Þið byrja þetta, það svo eitt síra bara á 180 eitthvað svona. Já. Tók sér 2 Já. Það er
Veljarsvari.
There's warming up, Sigurd Johnson. Not sure I've seen these players play before. One of them looks a little bit like Dennis the Menace Priestley.
25.
I'm not looking at the comments today because I don't want any spoilers for the but someone has mentioned about the wearing of hats within official darts rules. And someone said it's certainly not within the BDO rules, not too sure about the PDC.
41.
This is indeed, this is Live Darts Iceland. It is at the moment within the rules. Talking of the PDC pays a visit to Iceland very, very shortly. A lot of the guys are going to be there now. 5th of October, 2 things happening. Number 1, I shall be celebrating my 25th birthday. Number 2, the Icelandic Nordic and Baltic event begins. Am I going to be there? Probably not, as much as I would love to. These are nice darts. Sigurd Johnson, an 85.
$60. $60.
Oh, I sense a little bit of Jelly Klassen-esque darts from Hoskoldsen.
59.
Let's have a look. Love the beard, I'm loving the hair. Yeah, there is a Jelly Klassen
45.
style. In fact, so fast the release that it's lagging a little bit on my video.
55.
Well, that is the one disadvantage of a couple of disadvantages. There can be a lack of accuracy, and a flyer there may have been the fast release. 110, treble 20. So we're back for 90. Numerous ways of going for 90, including 20s, 18s. Well, there we go. From Hoskoldsen. We'll need 98 maybe. Yep. Just that. I fancy a bullseye here. And that's why I know nothing. 85, treble 15. I would have left top.
30.
20, treble 16. It's still doable. Treble 17 would, treble 19, 57 would have left tops. He made a little bit of a hash of that, but maybe academic. 20 leaves tops. Olaf for Sigurd Johnson.
20.
And it was between the 2 and the O, wasn't it? 16s or 20s?
36.
12.
36, ja. Give shot, first leg to Sverige.
And there we go. Nice handy checkout on double 18. Gives, I'm going to call him classic,
40.
the early advantage. Scotty Stolzen. Remember the name. I do like his style. I like his shirt. Not the most monstrous of averages at the moment.
43.
Because Hoskoldsen throws fast. Let's just I was going to say he doesn't sway over too much. Maybe he does.
44.
But if he's throwing solidly 2020, 2020, 19, 19, and that's enough. Fine. Ooh, after that second dart there from Olafur, you saw the look on his face, as if to say, oops, that was in his own postcode. Well, Olafur's business now. He's turned his hat backwards.
60. 54. 30.
Only 30. So what can Olafur do here? He picked one in the treble. He can, but it's only the treble 3. And that one could have gone anywhere. Turning his hat round, Olafur doesn't seem to have helped him. And Olsen is in trouble.
100.
Well, making all sorts of sound effects. 100? That's all right. It's all right. It leaves him on a finish that's easy as 1, 2, 3.
44.
Which isn't going to be done. I mean, I said that a bit prematurely. He could have hit treble 18 for the balls. I didn't fancy, but he will be back.
55.
68, treble 20, double, sorry. 16, all right. Don't know what he was going for there. Double 16.
6.
Well, I don't know what I wonder if he was going for the 8 there, because that 16 was very high up in the bed. Well, I fancied 3 balls.
58.
I'm going to talk to you about 3 balls. Was he doing a Scott Kirshner there and throwing a phantom dart? Double 8. Last start. Pinned in, and he leads 2-0. He's 1 away from the title. 3 bullseyes. I was watching a bit of Pro Tour PDC darts the other day. Someone, well, the commentator said, I can't remember, one of the players, I cannot remember for the life of me who, if he's on 150, will always go for 3 darts at the bullseye. Reason being, he fancies his chances at the same target 3 times and moving around the balls. I get the theory behind that, but I question the logic. Here's why. All we've got to do, and I use the word all in inverted commas because it's not an easy task. But all you do have to do, hit the same target twice, and it's a significantly big target. By that I mean treble 20, treble 20. Once you've done that, which is surely easier than bull.
24.
Get a shot at double. It's not the easiest double in the world, unless your name's Michael Smith, but double 15 serves the purpose. Doubles.
82.
Lovely treble 19 from Olsen to get him back in the game, but a lovely treble 20 from Sigurd Jonsson. And a fantastic visit right when he needed it. 180. Surely will give him a leg on the board.
84.
It's getting a bit exciting because I thought we might have seen a 164 attempt. But anyway, 108, 88. Double top, not.
48.
He might have been going for tops, you know, a really low tops.
82.
Lovely last start there, in case Sigurd Jonsson misses. But will he miss? How good is that? He's got to move, but it is laying nicely. Well, it's not laying nicely at all. Double 10 for the man with the Union Jack Blights. Oscar Olsen has match points. Skolson.
57.
Two on, but well, that's 12. So double 4. Cannot hit the double. So match point once again. Is it one for tops? No. 29 left. Well, 16.
Game, shot, and the match.
And a fantastic double 8. I thought the person may have been in or near the treble double. It was. It was the double nearby. And Mr. Hoss Goldson trading as Mr. Yellow Bastard. Next. Yeah. I enjoyed that game. I hope you did too. Johnson hit tightly in the last leg. Couldn't get over the line. Numerous missed doubles. We have 7 finalists. Fredrik Jakobsen, last week's victor. All Helgi Jonsson. And Matti Fredriksson. Who's your money on? We have a double finalist, double up. Have Jelly Classic-ish. And Oscars. Well, it's Fredrik versus Helgi up next.
Cheers, thank you for your support.
This week's winner is the legend. Now she'll be throwing up for the bullseye, and then off. Well, you might have just heard me play a video there, an exclusive. I chat to some of the Live Darts Iceland guys, and I've just asked one of them to tell Hoss Goldson I am a big fan. Of course, I'm a big fan of all of these players, but I've never seen Hoss Goldson before, and I just like his throwing style. And he had this to say, how well you can hear it.
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Thank you for your support. Thank you. Our first remote interview on Live Darts Iceland.
Röd.
25. Helgi. 25. For Fredrik. Carl Jonsson, who was deemed to be nearer. And will start.
55.
And that's not a bad way to start. 140. But he's in as well. Blimey, this standard's getting a bit too good for me.
21.
Well, this, the winner of which
7.
has the luxury of being able to play the winner of the next game in the final.
16.
Will Matthias Orn Fredriksson make it 3 finals in 5 weeks?
5.
Runners up, by the way, Matti Garthar. Last week was Rudolph in a thriller against Frederick. That was good fun. Or will Mr. Klassen
60.
upset the odds? And I only say upset the odds just because we've seen Matty for weeks, a couple of years, in fact. And I would classify him as one of the favourites. Frederick is in the treble. This sort of stuff saw him win the event last week. He played decent arrows. Is down to the finish first. Lovely treble there from Helgi. But might well do this. Treble 20 first dart. It's all right. Treble 20 second dart. Doesn't need to move so he can see it. And that wasn't far away. He may stay there. The whole 3 darts at the same target thing.
60.
It did. Halved his score. It's Carl Jonsson. Well, should have started on the 18s. Really, really should have.
28.
Single 18 leaves 110. Treble 24. Single 20 leaves 108. Cannot do it with 3 darts. Well, he's at the tops instead of single, but that's okay. Leaves double 10.
Okay.
He only needs 2 darts. Look at that style. I stuck into 15s. Look at that for style. Double tops, double 10s. He's only won 1 leg, but he's hit 2 doubles. So break and throw. He's throwing first. Helgi, which is his middle name, by the way. So I'm a fan of the middle name.
60.
Steady ton from last week's Victor. Steady ton from Legend. I'm not sure what Mr. Jonsson's nickname is.
43.
Until I find out what it is, are the Legend and Helgi. Well, he's in. They're both in the treble 20. They are both in the treble. And it is Fredrik Jakobsen down to a finish first. But Helgi won't be far behind, let me tell you.
83.
Unfortunate last start. It was in the treble, but the treble won. One of these may well go, you know. It wouldn't be surprising. Treble 19. Unlucky.
99.
That's not a bad setup, is it? If there was one, it'd be a bit of an awkward double, but it's a double all the same. 120, I think, so that's not going to go 115. 95. See an attempt at 19. See an attempt at double 9 here. Actually struggled on it. Managed to pin it in the end. And game shot. Third dart. And Fredrik Jakobsen, who is nearly a week running. It's a bit of a stat, is it not? 2 weeks, 2 finals. Not luck. He's a skillful man. A super smashing great. 80 for the Helgi Meister, who wants a firm grip on this leg. Well, doing a little bit of research on man Jelle Klassen. By research, I mean I've searched him on the interwebs. Looks like he went to university in Slovenia. He studied there. Started in September 2017. I'm not going to give too much of this information away, but that's what I found. Helgi looking to leave something nice. That 2 darts aren't particularly good. Those 3 darts, not particularly good. In fact, not particularly good at all. He hasn't left himself a finish. Fredrik needs a treble here to give himself a good chance, I would suggest. Treble is laying quite nice. I think that might have swayed into the ones. And that's certainly swayed. So if that's the case, he's either. So in the driving seat for this leg is Carl Jonsson.
100.
So should get 1 dart up, perhaps. Ooh. He does leave himself on a finish, but not as nice finish as Carl Jonsson. That's 68 minus 9 is 59. 40 leaves the tops. That was quite a way low of the required bed. So 107. Starting downstairs, is he? He is. 88. He has choices. Treble 8 was where his dart ended up, which leaves him with 64, so treble 16. Well, there's always next leg, Fredrik. Double 10. Half the deficit. Half the deficit. Does a Rob Cross, takes a step back. And he think that looks like it's in to me. I don't hear a call from the umpire. But it wasn't. It certainly wasn't. It was snuck in the corner. Room for 25 more darts in that bed. And it's now 2-1. Fredrik, not happy with his performance in the last leg. Started with a treble and 100. And Carl says, anything you can do, Fredrik, I can do better. And he follows up his ton 40 with a ton. Sorry, Carl Helge taking a fine grip on this leg. But not if Frederick can do something about it. He gets 40 of his own on this leg. Frederick wins this leg. He is a finalist for the second week in a row. Helge leg. Little careless throwing there means I'll be on a finish first. Finish may well be double 90. All Frederick can do is pile on the pressure, which he's done nicely with that dart. Even 100's okay. Do not sway left or right. 140 is nice, 100's okay. Sometimes they'll go for a dart at the balls. We'll just try to knock 5 off. 95 will do. He's 70. Hold us with this. He will get it off the finish. Treble 19. Options now. 76 remain. Invariably, it's treble 20. Was the target, and I tell you something, that was far away. 56 was 50. Well, that's a loose start. Loose cannon. Could that be the last dart he throws? Something tells me the answer is no. But Frederick, it's solid. 10 perhaps? 20 for tops. Unmatched dart. He took a long time throwing it, put a lot of pressure. One match dart goes begging. Carl needs his 47 to stay in the game. Well, bending of this scoreboard suggests that Carl is on 49. So, 9 for double top. Well, he wanted the 9, I'm telling you that's for sure. 35 left, so it's 3. 1 dart at double 16. The first dart was loose. Third dart wasn't. 2 eggs apiece. I'm not a mind reader. No. Yeah, who's going to egg? Helge will be slightly favoured. Wing to the throw.
100.
Kick proceedings with a steady. Frederick wants at least a ton. But he'd prefer a ton 80. But he'd also prefer a 140. 85. It's all right. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad score, but I'd like a little more. But mistakes from Helge. 4. Up to start. And he's in the treble again, Frederick. And he's in the treble again, it's Frederick. 2 big treble. 2 excellently thrown darts.
100.
Two in his leg. Not anymore. Well, however,
81.
set the foot wrong. Neither of these players have done hits wrong. And if Carl didn't hit that 24, if he hit a ton 40,
85.
but it's okay. Because Carl is going to leave something after his next visit. Surely. Frederick would like to leave something here.
81.
Well, 136 is a big ask. It's doable, but it's big. He wants it. He wants treble there. He really wants the treble there. Get the treble there. And I know which one I'd rather be on out of these two scores. But we'll see the 136 attempt first. And it will not be done. Valiant scenes, valiant effort. 60 scored. So, Carl Helgi Jonsson, treble 20 or bullseye. You choose your money, it takes your price. Well. 87 left. Treble 90. Leaves him 15. That wasn't far away, and he's clapped his hands very hard in frustration because those last two darts were very well thrown. Treble 19 for double 15. 20s here would leave him on a trusty double 8. 16. And he's missed it, and you can't afford to miss it. And oh, I think he's got a chance. He has his choices here. He don't have his choices because he's busts. And that will count as 3. Well, it won't. Choosing an even number, that starts a double. His busts. Now, that's excusable. 3 clear darts for Mr. Jakobsen. Marker. Touch it, it's in. Touch them, and it's in.
Game shot.
Contact match. That was exciting. That's semi-final number 1. We'll be up very shortly for semi-final 2. I'm holding on to that. A man said Oskolson. Don't go anywhere, because I still do work.
Hvor vil du velge? Cross eller whatever?
Hann er yngri.
Kleins byrjar. Það byrjar svo 6 bílar þá.
Það er 6 bílar og svo sér maður það. Sér þú.
right. Mattias byrjar. Nej, jag tror det. Jag heter 17. 17. Fjórstændri. 74. Já. Hej. Game shot. 134. Öyle.
This guy playing reminds me of Jelly Klassen. Yeah, Haskell scored the couple in the last minute then.
100.
Oh, my dad just walked into my room there. I don't know if you could hear me conversing with him about the Tottenham Hotspur Barcelona score. Tottenham Hotspur losing out 4-2. I don't know if you can hear him muttering away in the background there. United, the only English team not to have lost a game in this year's Champions League. I mean, they're not particularly good at the moment, but ho-hum. Well, Matty is first to a finish and should start on the 19s. And Hoskolson does find a treble, but he's a little behind. So 6 darts at least, probably 9. So that's why it hasn't gone for the traditional 19s route. We'll want to find a treble here, because Matty's finishing has been far from perfect. I don't know if he's going for 16s. I think he was going for 8s, but he just snuck in. Well, we saw 2 big trebles hit in the last attempt, Skolson, but he wasn't doing it. Out. Instead, it leaves himself handy. Well, double 10 has not been the friend of Matthias, and there is a problem. Double 4. Or better than 6, to be honest. And no, again. Well, from nowhere, averaging a sultry 60. Or single 8. He's got 2 darts for the match. Would you believe it? That's miles away. There's pressure. If this dart goes in, I will be so impressed, because there is not half a bit of pressure on this. Double 10 for the match. Look how low that double top was. And it wasn't far away. That was about 2.5 millimeters. Into double 6. Matty. I don't think after all of his misses before. 1 dart. This is going to go, surely. No. And he's missed it. And could that be goodbye to his chances for a 3rd Pro Tour final? Double 4 for Skolson. That's a good marker. That's not a good marker. And that one isn't either. Is the pressure of the event getting to him? But look where Matty is. He's in the madhouse. He hit the madhouse last time. 1 dart. And he's got it. 3rd dart. Fantastic. Deals with pressure well. Someone had to win that leg. Matty said, that person is going to be me. And kick off this leg. The 3-figure score. No is the answer. It's marginally better than Hoskinson. That last dart was thrown very quickly. Very, very quickly. That's why I deflected into the 5. Matty not showing any signs. Should I say not causing any significant damage as of yet. Early days in the leg, both on high scores. 1 big score here. He wants to switch. Could he get the treble 19? It will be an important dart, and he can't. He just flicks the top of that 2nd dart. Could be first to a treble. Sorry, first hitting a treble wins the leg. And that was 3 nicely thrown darts. The first 2 very straight. You just got the impression that 3rd was going to. It has. And that was a nice 3rd dart as well. Fortunately, it's just north of the treble. That wasn't north of the treble. It's really game. 2 trebles in, and he's looking at favourite. And that's a thrown. He doesn't find the treble here. He will be disappointed. That was inevitable. That was absolutely inevitable. 2 lovely darts. Well, he cannot afford. He needs to not necessarily slow down, but just needs to think, because he could have had 15 more off that total. Would have left him 112. I'd much rather be on 112 than 127. Because if you find. Yeah. Well. Excuse for that. 20 is the only route, surely. 20, if you miss it, if you hit a single, you go for treble 19. Leads you the bullseye. Matty may get a dart at the bullseye here. should start on 18s. Well, I promise you he did start on 18s, but... oh dear. Did you hear that? Oh dear, he said. 63 scores. He might get away with it. Tops, surely. That's what he went for. He nearly bust that. He nearly bust his ton. Right. Options. Bullseye is a favourite. That's what he's got. So, double top. And he's got double top, and he's not relenting anymore. He's given Hoskolson enough chances. Hoskolson took a couple of them, didn't take the all-important third. And we are now down to a deciding leg. Matty will want this more than anything. Well, maybe not more than anything, but he'll want this, and that's a lovely treble. 81 is okay. In a deciding leg, it's okay. Hoskolson hasn't been power scoring as much as he'd like. And that's only 10 scored with 2 darts, so it's advantage Matty. Advantage Mr. Fredriksson. Even 60 would be okay here, but he'd like more, and he's going to get more. Another treble he could fit one in there. He hasn't, but it's okay. It's okay. That's in the treble as well. That treble 20 was so low in the treble, low and flat. It was thrown beautifully. I do wonder how the other two were such flyers in comparison. They were all straight. They're all okay. There you go, that's a treble. That's a flyer. And that is the most unfortunate of... Was it a bounce out? He more flicked the dart and didn't even enter the board, I don't think. That's another problem when you throw really fast. Relentless action. Matty. Well, 6 darts here, unless in 6 darts, Mr. Fredriksson, possibly 9. We'll only want to use 3 to do it in style, to come from 2-0 down. Doing it here, maybe doing it next. It's a good job that last dart didn't deviate into the ones. And would that be the last visit? Well. 6 darts from 100. Top stops the treble. The treble. That's all right. Double 10. And he's done it. Mr. Fredriksson. He was 2-0 down. His back was very much against the wall. Hoskolson. Strong. Legs. Attempting to bust. 14, hitting 11. Causing all third. Valiant effort for Mr. Hoskolson, as I did say. I enjoyed that one. I hope you did too. It'll be Matty and Fredrik coming up very, very shortly, so don't go anywhere. In the meantime, I'm just going to try and count darts. That's 30 darts in that first leg. 104 started with great start. 84, 78, 80, 99. That is 4 exquisite. 5 exquisite. This is all over. Then a bit of trouble with that 17. Then he threw 10. 6, 11. Funny. Then he hit double 1, double 1. Missed. Insane. Did hit. That's certainly one of my favourite matches I've commentated on here at Live Darts Iceland, and you can see Mr. Klassen walking away in the background. I do hope we see him again here on Live Darts Iceland. Provided lots of came in that unique throwing style, fast and furious. And pretty accurate as well. Didn't see the most blistering of averages by any stretch of the imagination. It was Matty that edged him on the averages. The reason for Matty's low average is 61.5. We all know Matty's is capable of more than that. But it was the doubles that did let him down, especially in the first couple of legs. Throwing third starts, not winning a leg, would have helped. Nonetheless, it is Matty Fredriksson looking to win his first Pro Tour title of the year. Meanwhile, Fredrik Jakobsen will be looking to win his second Pro Tour title in 2 weeks. Well, I'll be bringing you the final live from Reykjavik. All I've got to say, don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Players are ready.
Vil ég skrifa það? Nei. Endilega. Sem þess að við höfum farið nú. Kalli? Kalli, hvað var hann? Það er annað hvort svolítið tappaði. Nei, hann var skjótt, svo ég fór. Þú. Það vilt ekki skrifa það, ekki? Já, ok. Kalli, Vítor. Það voru svo lélegir. Vítor var lélegir. Maar je praat ik bedoel tegen Oesleringen? Je wordt niet meer van mij. Ja, take your time. Ja. Is het helemaal niet? Is het een leerling in? Lekker van het mag. Dat gewoon. Nou, de hele komt ook hier terug.
Ready for coin toss?
Heads.
Heads for Fredrik. Tails it is. $6,000 now.
Fullt.
25. Matthias will throw first. Game on.
Well, we have reached the final stage of Pro Tour number 5.
140.
And Matty has started off rather well indeed with that lovely ton 40. Matty's third final. He hasn't won either of the two that he has been involved in.
60.
Hallie has won 2 of them. But well, unfortunately for him, he was knocked out in the quarterfinals by the man throwing now. Vitor was the first winner. He played Matty in the final. And Vitor was knocked out by Helgi Jonsson.
60.
But it is these two that have shown skill, prowess,
85.
and consistency. Well, especially Fredrik, who won the event last week. Winning back-to-back weeks is certainly impressive. Hallie's done it.
55.
Hallie won 4-1 and 4-2 in weeks 2 and 3, beating Garthar and Matty. Can Fredrik do the same? Or will Matty stop the rot and win his first final? Well, more like get his first final win. I believe there are 9 events in the Pro Tour this year. So 4 more after this one, and the quality is just going up and up, as is the entertainment value. Matty on a finish first, will not be finishing here. Has time on his side, but not too much time.
57.
Well, that might be a good time to tell you that we will be streaming the PDC Nordic and Baltic event live in Reykjavik. Double top for the first leg.
56.
And he's pulled it. If we will be streaming it, which is breaking a little bit of ground, we'll have commentary. Christopher is in the commentary box. I'm sure I'll be around and about when I can. 19s, 4 19s. 4 19s it is. We all know what that leaves.
Hey, waarom in?
96.
I have no idea what just happened there. Well, I do. He hit 20 when he needed a bullseye, but that 20 was nearer. Bullseye. Anyway, irrelevant now. Matty's hit double 4, first time asking. Count? Slip out of his hands. He can't have miscounted. It's 4 19s for bull, 1 2 6. Everyone knows that. He might have just slipped, or the pressure got to him. Who knows?
45.
Knows that Matty is 1 zip up. And in the treble 20.
140.
Just like that, he has the advantage. The bald man you see in the background on his phone, that's Hallie, who was playing earlier today.
125.
Two treble 20s there for both players. Which is impressive. And doing the calling is Vitor Charua. Fun fact for you. His surname is Sun because he is actually Portuguese. But he's lived in Iceland for long enough. He knows the lingo. And nearly
140.
180 for Frederick. And Frederick looks likely to be down to a finish first, especially after these two darts.
43.
We'll do that for 131. Matty needs a ton 40 here to put any sort of pressure on. Won't get one, but a 135 will do.
95.
A bad effort, to be completely honest with you. Unfortunately, it hasn't left him a finish, so still 3 darts. So panic stations will be setting in for either player. Well, for Frederick, just yet. Well, he had 71 after the first dart.
91.
But he set that up rather nicely. He made a little grunt when the second dart went wayward. But he needn't panic. Matty not on a finish, Frederick on 40.
97.
A little bit of pressure there. 97 leaves him with 66, but double top shouldn't cause any significant issues for Frederick. Doesn't cause any significant issues for Frederick. And Frederick levels things up. 1-1 with throw.
60.
Seen plenty treble 20s over the course of this evening, and there is no exception in this visit. There certainly is no exception in this visit.
121.
He'll be disappointed with the third dart. The first two were superb.
$100.
We may get an exclusive at Live Darts Iceland. I've been asked to interview
60.
players, so possibly the winner. Let's see what happens. Would be nice, wouldn't it? If Matty wins this one. Well, throwing darts like this
140.
puts him in an overwhelming likelihood. But Frederick can hit a couple of trebles as well, as he has shown.
$30.
That opens the door. The door that was rather ajar anyway.
$28.
Well, that closes the door ever so slightly. From 201, you need to be leaving yourself on something, even if it is 170.
60.
Oh, no treble from Frederick means that Matty does have 6 darts here.
95.
Beautifully thrown last dart. Leaves him on a 2-darter.
$81.
And the thrown last dart from Frederick leaves him on a finish as well. 78. Treble 18, the intended target, 20 for tops. That was all rightly thrown, to be completely honest. And that was beautifully thrown. That second dart was perilously close to the treble, but the important thing is it wasn't in the treble. As a result of there was a lot of space below the double top, which meant he didn't block his.
41.
You didn't block bets, which is a problem when you're going for 60. If you do throw a 20 too high, yes, it can be a marker, but often you can block 50, 60% of bed, if not more.
60.
And all very close to the treble there for Matty, but not in.
$43. $60. $28.
They will not start conviction. The plus is he's knocked off the 7. The minus is that Matty. Wow! I would say Matty's significantly ahead now. Only 65 scored. Put a Robin Hood in there as well.
$22.
Which is impressive. The 22 from Frederick, not so impressive.
60.
He's going to want to... Oh, he wants a 180. A ton would be all right. 40, very nice. Well, there is... He surely can get one in.
60.
That start was thrown nicely. It was straight. I thought he'd be able to follow just above it with a treble, but obviously not.
60.
Matty, muttering to himself. Muttering Matty. What's the Matty? Matty. Well, it will be Matty surely down to a finish first.
45.
And remember, the final is best of 7 legs, so first to 4. So if Matty does win this leg, he hasn't won the game just yet.
60. $43.
6 darts from 136. May only need 3. Well, we'll need a few more.
96.
Both of them would have left double 8. Instead, he leaves double tops. He's been brilliant on tops. Hit it first dart.
60.
Struggled on it. He did hit a tops when he needed 3. 1 for double 1. Instead he hit tops. But he'd love a tops here, and tops is exactly what he gets. First darts, no issues, no messing around. And he is now throwing for his first Pro Tour of the year. Frederick Jacobsen, 2 finals in 2 weeks is an impressive feat. 2 wins in 2 weeks, even more impressive. Game is not over yet, but Fredriksson is the heavy favourite.
$41.
And he has the advantage as well as the throw. Commentator's curse as he hits a single 1 with the next dart.
41. $45.
All similar scores there in 41 and 45, but it is Matty who does have the advantage still.
45.
But he's not throwing straight. Do we see finishing line nerves? And that was a straight dart. Plenty of room in there for more.
100.
100 will do. It levels things up. And a nice treble. And possibly an important treble as well. When Frederick needs trebles, he usually gets them.
100.
Right on cue. Thanks, Frederick. Your check's in the post. He'll really want to be on a checkout here. Treble 20 needed.
45.
And no, no, no. Far from it. So it may well be Frederick Jakobsen. On a finish here.
60.
He's on a finish, but a difficult one that culminates in double 19. Matty's still not on a finish.
85.
Is on a finish now. A mid-range one. It's tricky, but it's doable, as is this. And if that treble went in, I would have fancied his chances. But it didn't.
100.
Lovely treble 20 there. But remember, this is for the match and the tournament. Treble 18 or bull. Bull is a sensible shot. He has missed it. I think that's in the 19. That's the case of 75.
54.
Well, I would have gone... if he hit the 19 there, and it's 75 left, surely 25 bull is the only choice. He had a marker for the 25. Anyway, double top. And he's still in this game is Frederick. Frederick now throwing to level it up. And if he does level it up, throwing for a last leg decider. Yeah, so if he needed 75 and he's already thrown a dart at 25 and missed it, but a marker for the 25 and in turn possibly a marker for the bull.
100.
Frederick will take 100 any day on a leg that he so desperately needs to win. He desperately needed to win the last leg, and he did. Can he win this one as well?
100.
Frederick does end up winning this tournament. It'd be most impressive after being 3-1 down. Couldn't lose any more legs and had to win 3. Back-to-back tons will do Frederick nicely. About Frederickson.
100.
Well, we've seen ton. By the way, for those of you wondering, Frederick is not Matty Fredrickson's father. Well, he probably is, but not Frederick Jakobsen.
100.
Matty Fredrickson's father would be called Frederick or something of the like. And Frederick Jakobsen's father would be called Jakob or something of the like.
41.
And that's the first non-ton visit we've seen. Which means that Jakobsen is in pole position. We've seen ton. Is that in? That might be in.
100.
Wasn't, but that one was. Ton. He's averaging 100 for the leg. I'm impressed. Matty will need a big score here to put any sort of pressure on. Minimum of a ton. Doesn't get his ton. And now Frederick, firm favourite to level things up at 3 apiece. $50 needed. Don't go for the bullseye. No, don't. He's thinking about it. It's 10 or 18. He did go for it. If he did hit it, he'd be really bumped up, and with Matty not on a finish, I do get it. But this is important. He has to set this up. If he doesn't, he's only got himself to blame.
69.
That could have been worse. That could have been a lot worse. So, for that case, I don't mind him going for the bullseye.
60.
If Matty was on 100, however, it would be foolhardy. Anyway, double 16. right on the wire next door, double eight. And double eight it is. Seventh and final leg. Honours. This is for the title, remember. Eyes on the dartboard here in Reykjavik. See, with the advantage of throw, and uses that advantage by pinning a treble 20 first dart. Even if he only gets 100 here, well, 85 is all right. Would have preferred 100. Frederick has been hitting tons for fun. That's his nickname for you. Ton for fun, Frederick. Ton for fun, Jakobsen. Nearly hit another one. Well, do we see a timely ton 40?
81.
No, but 81 will do. Ton for fun. Frederick needs a treble here.
100.
Of course, it was inevitable that he was going to get one. And I promise you, I haven't checked the script. But Matty, who's so desperately fighting for his first Pro Tour title, beautiful 2 treble 19s there to keep him well in this one. They were 2 pressure darts. And he dealt with the pressure to perfection. He couldn't have got much better than that. And look at what it's done to Frederick's game. 22 scored. Matty surely will be down to a finish first. And that may just be enough for him to win his first title.
60.
156 when he's back. Possibly 6 darts at it. 2 trebles does Frederick. Here's one of them.
100.
Not find the other. So, Matty, is it your time to shine? Let's let the darts do the talking.
60.
It's only 60, but 96 is a nice little shot. 194 for Frederick. He makes the use of the treble 18. Well, that was a slip. 149 isn't nice. But then again, if you hit the double, everything's nice. 76. 56.
56.
It is back. This is for the title. Frederick Jakobsen, show us what you're made of. We're on. We are on. I make it double 16 for the title in some style. Oh! And I heard that tone from my little shack in London. That wasn't for Matty.
133.
That was a valiant effort, but maybe these are the last darts that Frederick throws in the tournament. Double top for Matty, who will be feeling pressure. And he's done it. Third dart in hand. I hope he did it well. Well,
She does 33, she does 36.
2 legs and dart 1-9. It is Matty Fredriksson. Edges.
Ég fann að boka, ég var að skrifa og ég held ég var að fara
vlog betur í það sem bara úrslutaleikum og það var vlog.
If he does interview. If one, he can have one. And if he doesn't, so I'm going to think wisely now.
Robbie, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know if this will work. I was thinking of an interview. Just a test.
Hello, can you hear me, Matty?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. Slight echo, but we can hear you as well.
Okay.
First of all, my first question to you is, are we live?
We are
live.
Okay, great. That was amazing. That had it all. Your back was, you were cruising in that game. You were 3-1 up, and then all of a sudden, Mr. Jakobsen decided to play a couple of games. And by a couple of games, I mean win 2 legs and then miss a dart at number 16 for 1-1. What was your heart doing? You were watching that shoot. How do you feel about that?
It was nerve-wracking, for sure. But I wanted to leave all the games to our last leg decider. So.
How much does Pro Tour 5 mean to you? Because you've been in 2 finals before. Vita's beaten you in the first week. Hallie's beaten you in the third week. It's the odd number of weeks you make the final. Haven't been able to quite cross the line. I mean, the first one was 4-3 as well, the first week. You must be pretty impressed and pretty happy with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about finishing first place on the order of merit. So you qualify for the Premier League. That's the main thing.
You say it's all about finishing first. Let's have a quick discussion about finishing. Something that made me laugh out loud was when you were a man I called Jelly Klassen. What was going on there when, the finishing, you couldn't quite seem to tick it off until the very, very end?
Sometimes it's like that. When
yeah, it's like that. You only averaged 60 for that game. If you would have hit the doubles, it would have been more like 70, 75, 80.
I think I was on a 15 thruster or something in the first leg. And then I just couldn't hit the double.
Do you know how many darts you threw before losing the leg?
20 something.
Do you want to know?
No.
Okay, I won't tell you then. But it did make me laugh when you with that 11. What was going on in your mind when you threw that 11 to bust? Did you mean to go for the 14, or was it just a case of, you know what, just bust it?
I was just going to bust it. And as soon as I threw it, I knew that I'd messed up.
Yeah, we heard you as well. You could be a little bit vocal, but we heard you like, no, referee, please, I didn't mean to. It was entertaining, but the important thing is you came through that game. That must have given you confidence.
Of course. I mean, it's these games that you learn about yourself. When things aren't going the way you want it, just finding that extra something to be able to finish. It's good to win when you play well, but it gives you a little extra when you play bad and still win.
It does indeed, yes. Let's have a talk about the opponent that you played, Höskuldsson. How much do you know about him? Because he looks like he's an enticing player.
He's good. I mean, most of the guys on the tour can play darts, and you have to be on your game if you want to have a chance. So he's definitely one for the future.
Yeah, I think I agree. He looks like the sort of man that will punish you. Steady average, 60, 65, 70, but punishes, if you do miss your doubles, which, don't want to keep reminding you, but it did make me laugh a little bit.
You should see him during the team nights. He's a vocal player. He likes to give it large. But that's fun.
And let's talk about your quarter-final game against Halley. The mighty Halley. He knows what he's doing. He's a good player. I mean, so are you as well, obviously. But there must be some joy in beating the two-time Pro Tour champion.
Of course. I mean, starting the game with a 180. And after that, I needed two legs just to wake up.
But you needed it, but you got it, and that's exactly what you did. Thanks for chatting to me, Matthew.
No problem.
For you today. We had a little chat earlier this week, and I said, look, when are you going to start taking darts as your full-time thing? Because I really see potential. You know, you've got the throw, you've got the skills, you've got the averages. You've said after the football career has peaked and has gone down, you're going to then start doing the darts. Any idea when that might be?
No.
I've got 1 year
left
on my contract. So we'll just see.
Okay, we'll see indeed, because I wouldn't obviously want to take the football from you, obviously talented in many sports. When you do decide to take darts as your primary sport, what do you see yourself doing? Is it a case of trying for a tour card? Is it just playing more of these events, trying to be top ranked in Iceland before branching out? What do you see yourself doing?
Can you turn? There's an echo.
Is there? Can you hear me?
Yeah. There's been an echo the whole.
Slight technical issue.
Yeah. But I will figure it out next time. But regards to your question, the plan is to go to Q school in January of 2000 something. And I doubt it. I'm on that level to get a
tour card.
But the Challenge Tour is a good opportunity to start and try to make my way up.
Would you relocate?
No.
Thank God for that, because you are what we need for Icelandic darts. It's been a pleasure. Your winner for this evening's Pro Tour number 5, Mattias Orn Fredriksson. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thanks, buddy.
See you next
week.
One thing.
Well, I forgot to mention. This weekend,
the PTC
Nordic and Baltic are coming to town. The Iceland event. And of course, it will be live streamed here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
And the question is, who are you going to beat in the final?
Oof. I played Darius Labanauskas in Latvia. He beat me 6-0. So if I play him again, maybe I can win one leg, maybe two.
Might be 6-0 to you. Matty, we're looking forward to the PDC Nordic and Baltic, and of course seeing you and all of the Iceland as well. Stay tuned to Live Darts Iceland for more. Thank you, Matty.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Is everyone gone now?